From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. One of the country's most iconic retailers is looking to snap up a piece of Canada's oldest company. Two sources confirmed to the Canadian Press Canadian Tire is bidding on some of struggling Hudson's Bay Company's intellectual property. And Canadian Press reporter Tara Deschamps says they may not be the only ones.
It's possible that it might not be one bidder who wins. It's possible that there will be several bidders because some people might want stores, some people might want specific IP or specific assets. So a few players might emerge with things that Hudson's Bay owned.
It's unclear what intellectual property Canadian Tire is interested in, but Hudson's Bay has a wealth of IP, including the rights to its famed Stripes brand and discount chain Zellers. A teenager who lost his family in a ramming attack at a Vancouver festival is thanking the people who donated to a fundraising campaign. It raised more than $500,000. 16-year-old Andy Lee says he'll give about half the proceeds to other victims. The Quebec government is expanding its cell phone ban in schools, prohibiting the devices on all school grounds for the entire day. Education Minister Bernard Drainville says the measure will encourage young people to socialize.
I want students to succeed more. I want students to discover that they have a potential friend, there, but they haven't discovered it yet because they haven't talked to one another.
Cell phones have already been banned in Quebec classrooms since January 2024, with a few exceptions. Quebec's Terrebonne riding has gone from the Liberals back to the Bloc Québécois. The Bloc candidate says in a social media post she came out with a 44-vote lead after a vote validation process. The votes will now undergo a judicial recount. A new poll shows the proportion of Americans identifying Canada as their country's most important ally has doubled. 12% of Americans named Canada in the Pew Research Center poll done in March. That's despite President Donald Trump's repeated claim Canada's been ripping off the U.S. Canadian toymaker Spin Master is pleading to save Santa's supply chain after U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs.
The company says roughly 43% of its total revenue is represented by the U.S. market and therefore subject to Trump's tariffs on other countries. Of that revenue pool, just over half of toy production is sourced from China, and the rest is from elsewhere, such as Vietnam, India, Indonesia, and Europe. Spin Master says it's going to be moving some production around to mitigate the impact of tariffs. The company withdrew its forecast for the remainder of the year because of the uncertainty caused by Trump's global trade war. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press, Toronto.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, two Canadian teams look to advance to the second round of the NHL playoffs tonight. The Toronto Maple Leafs take a 3-2 lead into Game 6 of their series with the Senators in Ottawa. Later tonight, the Edmonton Oilers seek a fourth straight win to eliminate visiting Los Angeles. The Winnipeg Jets will be without star center Mark Scheifele when they visit the St. Louis Blues tomorrow night for their Game 6. Jets head coach Scott Arniel says Scheifele is out on a day-to-day basis.
Right now, we won't be making the trip, and we'll see. We'll just go day to day after moving forward.
If the Blues win at home, the series will move back to Winnipeg for a deciding game on Sunday. In baseball action, the Toronto Blue Jays close out their three-game series with the Boston Red Sox tonight at Rogers Centre. And Montreal's Gabriel Diallo's impressive run at the Madrid Open has ended in the quarterfinals with a loss to Italy's Lorenzo Musetti. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.